Hey! Welcome to Monday, first week of December. Master Naima here. I help masters, unclaimed masters, bring their original bodies of work to the market powerfully and profitably. What's a master? So there's so many different ways to talk about this, and what's here now is folks who call themselves natural born witches, shamans, mystics, oracles, healers, etc. Also folks who have original template. A master is a person who carries an original template. They have an original body of work. So these are our real modern day pioneers of consciousness, product, service, a paradigm. Enough of that. The theme this week, so every week I do themes, at least for now, until the rhythm changes. By the way, the rhythm has shifted as far as when I'm going to be showing up here. I'm working out in the mornings now, which is deeply pleasurable and fulfilling. And so my rhythm was, 11:30-ish for the last couple of weeks. And now it is whatever now time is, which I think is about 1:30-ish. So the rhythm has changed in that department. But every week there's a theme, and this week the theme is telling the truth, basically. And even though it says, I reread it and I was like, but it's rejecting pseudo-love. I equate truth to love. And it just came through that way. So I said, I'm going to put this down on paper and let it do what it does. Truth is love. So on this path of master, there are a lot of truths that terrify us. Thoughts that come up through our head, which are a reflection of shame and shadow. But because we don't know how to navigate shame and shadow, we end up walking around heavy. We end up walking around being heavy because of the shame and shadow and our inability to navigate it and also be able to see truth, because that's where love is, okay? And so one of the things that has gone through my mind, and I want to make a distinction here because I want to show how this does not go away. Why it's so important for you to start now. If you have not started already, why it's so important for you to start now on your path of becoming master, bringing your original body of work to the marketplace powerfully and profitably. So I built a 7-figure service-based business in the transformation space in under 4 years. The first multiple 6 figures of that was focused exclusively on helping women heal sexual trauma. Now, I didn't know anybody who was doing this. There was no coach, no training, no nothing. This came out of my personal experience, a body of work that I ended up creating as a result of not being served in what was supposed to be serving me, talk therapy, books, things like this. And so then when I was struggling in my business, and you got to see yourself in this. If you're struggling right now, if you're a service professional, if you're a healer, if you're a shaman, if you call yourself a coach, a transformational leader, and you're financially struggling, meaning you're not closing business, you're working hard, maybe you're in feast or famine, and we have a tendency to think that it's just, marketing. We just need to go market some more, work harder, when oftentimes it's you that's missing in the equation. There's a whole new piercing level of truth that's required of you. And that's what I want to drop this here. Roundtable 2020 is about. And I got to get better with my marketing too, because I come from things have changed a lot over the last 2 years as it relates to marketing. That's an addendum. So, but those of us who are wired like modern day Neos from the Matrix, modern day Neos is who it is that I'm serving. And because of our wiring, we just cannot thrive in the way that the normal people who are thriving thrive. And I know that can trigger resentment and anger. I have experienced that. But it's so important for you to learn how to be able to see the value in this. And I know this, I see this, and Roundtable 2020 is to serve your wiring. Show you how to win with your wiring. I am feeling very odd right now. I'm feeling very off right now, actually. I'm feeling very off. There's a lot of material. You got to tell the truth. This is right here, the root of it. When I say tell the truth, I mean, okay, you don't have to come out public with it first. Like ever, you might not, right? When you do, you tell it through story, but that's premature. To really come out and make big amounts of money with your original body of work, it has to be in your bones. If it's in your bones and you're trying to make it palatable, if you're rejecting it, if you're lying about it in even a seemingly innocent way, if you are, right, you're not going to make the money. You're not going to reach the people. It's not going to stream through because it's a lie, and it's not going to reach your people like the purity of the truth. Like, okay, here's an example. Healing sexual trauma. Being publicly powerful. Being sexual in public. Like talking about sucking dick and being fucked and, being owned by a man. Like, once upon a time, this stuff was like, there was so much like, there was shame, there was, doubt, like, oh, nobody's talking about this, like, and it was like right under my nose, like the answer was right there, but it was so obvious and it was so honest. I never even thought to serve with it. This is why Roundtable 2020 is so important, because it is the space. Okay, the word safety is coming to mind. And when I say safety, I don't mean coddling. I think we get it mixed up. So excuse me if I feel all over the place. It's just, there's a lot of information, and the world is so noisy, and your people really need to find you. And somebody with better marketing could potentially sell to your people. That's one. Two, somebody else who's telling the truth and you're not. So many veils have gone where you can't lie. People, particularly as a master, as an unclaimed master, you radiate differently. So your people are listening with a different set of ears than the people who are listening to the normal people. Do you get that? If you're watching this, let me know in the comments. Even if you're watching this as a replay, let me know that you get what I'm saying. This is so subtle. Like, to be in a category of one, to be the only choice. So I titled this video, can I sell my original body of work? Because in this new place that I am now, serving masters, like even the language I'm using it's new. When I say, it's not like it's not common language. Most, witches, shamans, healers, oracles, leaders don't see themselves as masters. My intention with speaking in this way is to, on an invisible level, like send out this beacon and even have it echo through my own lips and body as I speak it. And then have everybody catch up with it, like have them like get it, find it, right? While still using some of the language that's familiar. So perhaps you have not made money yet with your original body of work, or maybe you are, but you just know there's a truer place for you to operate from. And part of you wonders if you can make good money with your original body of work. Part of you wonders, are you doomed? Like, that's been me. I know that place, because if you're like me and you, like, this is all you got. Like, this is what you're made for. This is what you got. And you got to find a way. Even if because to you, it could feel totally normal and like you're clear that people need this. It could feel so like massive and esoteric. You're like, how do you put it into words? And so when you're in that space of trying to figure it out, you could feel, and I know this, of, can I sell this? So first of all, I already know it can be done because I've done it, right? Like I told you, my first multiple six figures came from helping women heal sexual trauma. But when you elevate, things that you were dealing with here, you will deal with here. It'll just be at a higher level. And so our job as masters is to find the way to reach our people without trying to be palatable or like something else that we've seen. Do you care enough? Are you even wired strongly enough? Are you deep enough into what it is that you're here to do to know that to even be compelled in that way? Where quitting is not even a part of your thought process. So, yes. Look, yes. Like, now so can I sell my body? Yes, you can sell your original body of work. Yes. And if you are not right now, it's just a matter of one, you getting closer to the truth, speaking it, and getting really good with marketing it. Marketing it's different today. It's different today. Social selling is the way now that's working and will be for 2020. Vagueness used to be okay on some level 2 years ago. Kind of saying it, but not really saying it used to be okay 2 years ago. It's just... So the bright side to this is it demands and calls forth and requires you telling the truth. And okay, on the front end, telling the truth feels risky and vulnerable and all that. But once you actually tell it, and it can just happen with you. You don't have to be like me, who was all on the internet sharing their skeletons. And you can do that too. The freedom is in telling the truth, period. And there's a kind of washing over and a cleansing that happened for me, and a real gutter freedom, like a full freedom that happened for me in being public about the things that I wanted to talk about as related to healing sexual trauma. But it's not necessary. You can do it with yourself. You just got to complete that process of telling the truth. And then, as I was saying, the times of today and the times of the future are demanding that we bring it out, bring that truth out, and speak with clarity, speak with precision, right? Let the people who you're meant to serve know who you are by your clarity and precision in telling the truth. So no, you're not doomed to mediocrity and lack of fulfillment. And Roundtable 2020. You're going to be hearing me start to talk about that a lot more. My goal is 8 unclaimed masters or masters, right? In France, immersing for 1 month in May. Wow. We need another video before I start talking about that because there's a lot to say. So I'll be talking about Roundtable 2020 more within the week, and the incomparable space, environment. Oh, God. Nothing like this exists. It's completely high with piercing truth. So necessary. I'm like, this is what I'm making this for myself. It's what I wish was available for me even 3 years ago. An environment where the full spectrum of your master and your humanity is allowed to be worked through. Where love is at top billing. Remember, truth is love. More to come. Thanks for watching. Share this if you have found value.